Hello students, this is our fifth session. The fifth session is about the pronouns. The pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns are words that substitute nouns or that stand in place of nouns. Then there are kinds of pronouns. There are different kinds of pronouns. Some of these are: one, personal pronoun, two, demonstrative pronoun, pronouns, third, interrogative pronouns, fourth, indefinite pronouns, and the others. These are the kinds of pronouns. Among these, the personal pronoun is the very important part that is mostly used in grammar, especially the subject-verb agreement. The first one is the personal pronoun. Our discussion will be on this. The personal pronouns. The personal pronouns. We are going to discuss what the personal pronouns are. Personal pronouns refer to persons. They refer to persons. They can also refer to animals. They can also refer to things. We'll see then. The personal pronouns are divided into four categories. The personal pronouns are divided into four categories. There are four categories of the personal pronouns, or four kinds. Categories. What are these four categories of the personal pronoun? One is the subject pronoun. The subject pronoun. The second is the object pronoun. Subjective case, objective case, what we say in different grammatical approaches. Objective pronoun. Subjective pronouns. The third one is possessive. Possessive, and we have something secret on this, and we'll discuss what it is. There is a difference in explaining this possessive. Many grammar books and many teachers say possessive pronouns, but they are not possessive, only possessive pronouns. There are also possessive adjectives. So we categorize these or divide these into two. One is possessive adjective. The other is possessive pronoun. We have possessive adjective and possessive pronoun. We cannot combine these two as or saying possessive pronoun, because there are possessive adjective forms. And the fourth one is the reflexive pronoun. We will have details on this. Reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun. The reflexive pronouns. Look, in personal pronouns, it says personal, and it refers to persons. How many persons are there in grammar? In personal pronouns, there are three persons. There are three persons. It's not the physically present persons or the physically appeared persons. It is a grammatical person. There are three grammatical persons, or there are three persons in grammar. These are first person, first person, second person, third person. I'm sure students can understand what these persons are. There are three persons. The first person, the second person, and the third person. Again, there are two numbers in grammar. There are two numbers in grammar. What are these two numbers? What are these two numbers? One is the singularity of noun, singular form. Singular. And the other one is plural. Then the singularity or the plurality of the nouns is mentioned as numbers. So these are categorized into two, the singular and the plural. We can say the singular subjects, the plural subject, the singular noun, the plural noun, therefore they are numbers. The other point that we can mention here is there are three genders. There are three genders. One is negotiable. And these three genders are: one, masculine gender. The second one is feminine gender. The third one is neuter gender. These are the point that should be understood or studied under the personal pronouns. Then, when we say three persons, these three persons have singular and plural forms. When we say three persons, these three persons have singular and plural forms. Let's look at it. First person, singular. First person, plural. Then second person, singular, plural. Third person, singular and plural. So we look at the subject pronouns when we are doing this. We can simply understand what subject pronouns are when we divide or when we categorize or when we explain these categories. The first person singular subject is I. The first person plural subject is we. First person singular S. First person plural we. Second person singular is you. Second person plural is you also. Here we have similar pronoun over here. The singular and the plural forms are the same. Let me explain this in other versions. Akkasechaan second person singular inni ittiin jennu you jechaan. You jechaan ati jechaadha afaan Oromoo. Ati barataadha. For male and female it works. Ati barataa. Ati barsiisaadha yoo jenne singular nam tokko hin jenne. But the pronoun is you, similar with that of the plural. Yommuu plural isa ibsin immoo you are students. This is followed by plural noun. So kun immoo isin jecha afaan Oromooti. Isin jecha, isin barattoota. In Amharic we can say this as ante, wim, anchi yoo jenne singularity. It works for both sex. Then you, isin inni jedhu immoo it means innante jecha. Innante jecha. The third person singular subject, he, the singular subject, he, she, it. These are the third person singular subjects. The third person plural subjects are or is they. So if we count I, we, you, he, she, it, they, the number is 7. This is the subject, or these are the subject pronouns. The subject pronouns are all these 7 numbers. seven subjects. They are placed at the beginning. Position in sentences. Position in sentences, then it is at initial position. They all come at initial position. Initial position means at the beginning of the sentence. These are all, this point is all about the subject pronouns and the singular form and the plural form. Then another point that I want to mention from this is the third point. And that third point is the possessive. Possessive. The third point is possessive. We say that possessive adjective is one. The possessive adjective form. A possessive adjective form. We know what possessive is. One, it tells us something that is owned or that belongs to somebody else. Then the possessive adjective forms are the following: my, our, your, his, her, this is it, her, its, and they. These are, again, 7 in number. These are possessive adjective form. These all are followed by, remember here, they are followed by a noun. Followed by a noun. They cannot be used for alone. They cannot be used for alone. They are followed by a noun. Let's look at them in detail. They are followed by nouns. We say my house. We say my house. We say our cars. We say your father. If you look at all these, this part of this writing is a noun form. This is noun. All these are nouns. All these are nouns. So these parts are just, they are adjectives. What are adjectives? They are adjectives. My, our, your is adjective. It's not a pronoun. What are adjectives? Adjectives are words that qualify or modify nouns. Therefore, these adjectives qualify or modify nouns. If words modify or qualify or describe nouns, then they are adjectives. That is why we say these type of forms of the personal pronoun are possessive adjective. This is one. The other one is possessive pronoun. Possessive pronouns. Which ones are the possessive pronouns? These possessive pronouns are substitutes for noun, therefore they can be placed at the end. We cannot place these possessive adjective forms at the end, and then we can place these at the end of a sentence. These are mine, ours, yours, his, hers. Its is wrong. We don't use this. And theirs. Theirs. These are the possessive pronoun forms. They are 6 in number. These are 7 in number. They can be placed at the end. Position at the end. You can put these at the end of the sentence, and sometimes at the beginning. For some expressions, we can use at the beginning or at the initial position. At the beginning or at the initial position. Let's look at it. How are they used in sentences? Example. Let's look at the two parts, taking this example. Number 1. This is my house, if I say. My house. This is my house. This is my house. Look, my plus noun. This house this house is mine. Look, we say mine, we don't say mine. We don't say mine, we say mine. Mine can stand by itself here at the end. This cannot stand here. This is mine, house is wrong. Look, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is mine, house is wrong because of this. Again, this house is mine. This is wrong. So take care over here. Take care over here. We don't generalize the possessive adjective and the possessive pronouns as one. They are different in uses, but they are personal pronouns. They are personal pronouns. The other one is reflexive pronoun. The third one is the reflexive pronoun. Reflexive. They reflect. The reflexive pronoun. The reflexive pronouns. The reflexive pronouns are formed by the use of self or selves, adding self for the singular one and selves for the plural one. Selves. Look, my self, one word. Our selves,